But one day, the widow's son became sick and he died. So the widow goes to Elijah. She's distraught, right? She's upset. And she ends up saying to Elijah, "Oh man of God, what have I done? And what have you done to me? Have you come here to punish me for my sins by killing my son?" I can only assume that this comes from the whole idea around the sins of the father ends up being, on the son, or sins of the mother, daughter, right? On the child's back for like 3-4 generations to come, which of course in Ezekiel has been clarified to where we are all responsible individually for our sins and nobody dies for somebody else's sins. But anyway, going back, Elijah takes the child, he goes upstairs to his room, and he prays over the child, and God hears Elijah's cry and restores the boy's breathing back, and the boy is alive. And this is where the widow says this: "Now I know that you are a man of God and that the word of the Lord from your mouth is the truth." Remember in the last video, I was talking about how making sure that there was enough flour that would never ever run out was just the seed that was planted by Elijah. This here was the reaping, because for some reason, remember, she's a pagan woman in a very pagan town and who worshiped Baal, and Baal is the god of agriculture, of the weather, of rainstorms. So possibly there might have been something going on in her mind that Elijah was able to be this mediator between the gods. Maybe it was Baal, maybe it was, Yahweh, I don't know, somebody, and the flower just kept coming. And Baal, since he is the god of agriculture, possibly he could do that. But Baal can't bring people back from the dead. Possibly this had to happen so that when Elijah would leave, that now there was an evangelist in one of the biggest pagan cities in that area, again, Jezebel's hometown. Now there's an evangelist for Yahweh. Now there's an evangelist for God that wasn't there before. And now she knows for sure your God is the one and only true God. Sometimes things happen in our lives, painful things, painful things. But when we endure the suffering and when we get through the test, we have that testimony that others will be able to grow from. Or maybe we're just planting the seed. Maybe we are doing the watering. Maybe our testimony can be the reaping.